Most men destroy the biggest relationship of their lives with their own hands. And the worst part, they don't even realize they're doing it. Women leave them, their respect disappears, and they're left wondering, what happened? Today, I'm going to expose 9 behaviors that no smart man ever does. These are the mistakes that kill your masculinity, your respect, and your attractiveness all at once. This isn't just a video, it's a mirror. And if you dare to look into this mirror, you'll either change forever or regret it for the rest of your life. If you want your respect and your relationships to last, then like this video, share it, and subscribe, because the truth isn't always easy, but it will set you free. 1. Stop explaining yourself excessively. One of the fastest ways a man loses authority and respect in a woman's eyes is by over-explaining his actions, decisions, or choices. Every time you justify yourself unnecessarily, you are subconsciously seeking her approval. High-value men do not run their lives through a committee vote. They act with clarity and confidence without needing to gain permission for every step. Over-explaining communicates uncertainty. It sends the message that you are unsure of your own decisions and that you're looking for reassurance. This is the opposite of leadership energy. Women are naturally drawn to men who are decisive, direct, and secure in their stance, not to men who constantly explain their why to avoid disagreement. Psychologically, over-explaining puts you in a defensive frame. The more you talk, the more you dilute your message. The less you talk, the more weight your words carry. Confidence is often conveyed in what you don't say as much as in what you do say. A man with strong masculine energy communicates his intentions simply, takes action, and lets his behavior speak for itself. He is not rude, but he is firm. He does not waste energy convincing anyone to agree with him. This silent assurance builds an aura of respect, trust, and authority. Embrace the power of mystery. In a world where everyone overshares every detail of their life on social media, the man who holds something back becomes instantly intriguing. Mystery is not about being deceptive. It's about being selective with what you reveal and when you reveal it. When you tell a woman everything about yourself in the first few conversations, you remove the thrill of discovery. Human attraction is deeply tied to curiosity. If there's nothing left for her to find out, the excitement fades quickly. Mystery keeps her mind engaged, wondering, and anticipating. This doesn't mean playing games or acting secretive for no reason. It means living a life so rich and full that there will always be new layers to you, places you've been, goals you're working on, skills you're developing, and passions she hasn't yet seen. The mysterious man is not an open book to everyone. He chooses his words carefully, shares stories with purpose, and lets his actions speak louder than his explanations. The unknown parts of him pull people in like gravity. By embracing mystery, you create space for her imagination to work, and imagination can be far more powerful than reality. Never negotiate your self-worth. The moment you start negotiating your value, you've already lost. Most men don't even realize when it happens. It starts small. You change your opinions to avoid conflict. You cancel your own plans to fit hers. You accept behavior that makes you uncomfortable because you're afraid to lose her. And each time you do this, you chip away at your self-respect. A woman will never respect a man who doesn't respect himself. She may enjoy the attention, the gifts, the flexibility, but deep down, she knows this man's boundaries are weak. And when boundaries are weak, attraction dies. Self-worth isn't arrogance. It's the quiet, unshakable belief that you are worthy of respect, time, and love, without begging for it, without proving it, and without bending yourself into shapes that don't belong to you. When you refuse to negotiate your worth, something shifts. You stop chasing. You start choosing. You no longer ask, what can I do to make her stay? And instead ask, does this align with who I am? That shift changes how you speak, how you walk, and how others respond to you. And here's the truth. The right woman will never ask you to shrink yourself. She will see your value without you selling it, but she can only see it if you hold it firmly in your own hands. Never put it on sale, never give it away for free, and never ever negotiate it. The power of walking away. One of the most attractive traits a man can have is the ability to walk away, not out of anger, not out of ego, but out of self-respect. Most men think that holding on tighter will make her stay. They text more, they call more, they explain more, they beg more, but here's the reality. Desperation repels, detachment attracts. When a man is willing to walk away from what doesn't serve him, he sends a powerful message. I am not afraid to lose you, but I am afraid to lose myself. That confidence is magnetic. Women notice it instantly because it's rare. Most people cling to what's slipping away. Strong men let it go without bitterness. Walking away isn't about games. It's about clarity. You know your values, your standards, and your boundaries. And if they are violated repeatedly, you don't wait for someone to change, you remove yourself. That move commands respect, even from the person you left. And here's the paradox. When you have the strength to walk away, people are more likely to come back. Not because you chased them, but because they realized you don't need them to complete you. You were already whole before they arrived. The power of walking away isn't in leaving her. It's in choosing yourself every single time. Don't be available all the time. A man who is always available is a man who teaches the world to take him for granted. Every time you instantly reply, drop everything for someone, or constantly rearrange your schedule for them, you silently tell them your time has no value. Scarcity creates value, not in a manipulative way, but in the way diamonds are rare and therefore precious. If you are always around, there's nothing for them to look forward to. People respect what they have to earn, not what's endlessly offered without effort. When you make yourself slightly less available, you create space for curiosity, appreciation, and respect to grow. It doesn't mean you play games or ignore people out of spite. It means you have a life, passions, and a mission so strong that no one can just press pause on it at will. A man with a purpose is never fully free because his time is invested in building something bigger than himself. That's the kind of man who draws people in, because his presence is felt even in his absence. So protect your time like it's gold. If you give it away too easily, people will treat it like loose change. Never apologize for your standards. In today's world, a lot of men lower their standards just to fit in or avoid conflict. They fear being labeled as picky, arrogant, or unrealistic. But here's the truth. Your standards are not arrogance. They are boundaries that protect your time, energy, and peace. When you compromise on what you truly value, you silently give permission for others to treat you in ways you don't deserve. Lowering your standards might buy temporary acceptance, but it will cost you long-term respect, both from others and from yourself. A man who stands by his standards communicates one thing loud and clear: I know my worth. That kind of confidence is magnetic because it's rare. Most people bend at the first sign of discomfort. Or to the ones who don't, they inspire trust, admiration, and even curiosity. Your standards will filter your circle. Some people will walk away because they can't meet them. Let them go. You are not here to be universally liked. You are here to build a life worth living with people worthy of sharing it. So stop apologizing for wanting loyalty, honesty, ambition, kindness, or depth. The man who refuses to shrink his values will always attract relationships that rise to meet him, instead of ones that drag him down. Do not overshare your personal struggles too early. Emotional vulnerability has its place in building a deep connection, but when revealed too early, it can destroy attraction. In the initial stages of dating or relationship building, oversharing personal struggles, traumas, or insecurities sends a signal that you are seeking emotional rescue rather than offering stability. Women are instinctively drawn to men who can provide a sense of security, physical, emotional, and psychological. When your first impression is centered on your wounds rather than your strengths, you reverse that polarity. There is a major psychological principle at work here. People value information that is earned over time. When you hand over your deepest struggles too soon, you remove the process of gradual discovery that creates intrigue. The other person hasn't yet built the trust or emotional investment needed to process that information in a healthy, empathetic way. As a result, instead of bonding, it often creates discomfort or even pity, both of which are attraction killers. Smart men maintain what I call emotional pacing. This means you share layers of your personal life proportionally to the level of trust and stability in the relationship. In the early phases, focus on showing resilience rather than revealing wounds. Demonstrate that you can handle life's challenges without falling apart. This builds respect first, and once respect is in place, genuine vulnerability can strengthen the bond rather than weaken it. Oversharing early is often a subconscious attempt to fast-track intimacy. The problem is, real intimacy can't be rushed. It's built through shared experiences, trust, and consistent behavior over time. Jumping straight into emotional dumping skips the attraction phase and moves into a caretaker dynamic. While this might get you sympathy, it will rarely get you desire. Another important aspect: not everyone you meet will have the maturity or capacity to handle your deepest truths. Revealing everything to the wrong person too soon is not only risky for attraction, it's risky for your personal safety and emotional well-being. The reality is, some people will use that information against you later. A man who guards his personal struggles until the right time communicates strength, self-awareness, and selective trust, all highly attractive traits. This doesn't mean you should hide who you are or pretend to be flawless. It means you lead with your competence, values, and ambition before you reveal your weaknesses. Once you have proven yourself as a capable and grounded man, your vulnerability will be seen as depth rather than instability. Bottom line, control your narrative. Let people earn the right to know your deeper layers. In attraction and relationships, timing is everything, and revealing the wrong thing at the wrong time can close doors that might have otherwise led to genuine connection.